Hey guys, this is Deadgrin, coming at you with another custom figure that I've been working on. This one is a custom SH Figuarts Enoki Halusa figure. Now, Enoki Halusa is a really cool YouTuber that does a lot of music on his YouTube channel. I'll add links to his account, his YouTube account, like below in the description. But yeah, like I remember when I was working on the figure for my friend Orak, who happens to be another YouTuber. That guy, I was working on his, and I was using like a Vegeta and a Trunks like mix to be able to do his character, because at the time I only had like um, some bootlegs that I really didn't want anymore, and luckily for me, they ended up working out good in a sense where I could recycle those to be able to make a really cool figure for him. And while I was talking to him, he suggested, he's like, well, if you want practice, if you want to do another custom, like a very easy one would be Enoki Halusa's. His is just a repaint of Future Trunks, and at the time that didn't really appeal to me. I was like, nah, I don't want to do a repaint. But I started subscribing. I subscribed to Halusa, and started watching the videos. And every time I would watch his videos and listen to the music that he makes, great music by the way. Um, I kept seeing his avatar, and the more and more I saw it, I was like, you know what, that would be really cool to do. Like, if I could find a way to make it unique, make it a unique custom, not just a basic repaint. So I kind of, threw ideas around in my head, and then I asked him, and I asked him if I could make a custom figure, and he agreed. He's like, yeah, hell yeah. So you know, I bought an SH Figuarts Future Trunks, but this one's a bootleg. Now, the reason why I use bootlegs and Dragon Star figures, if anybody asks, it's mostly because of the budget. That's basically it. I I can't be wasting 60, 70 bucks and doing a custom if it's not gonna work and if nobody wants it. Like I can't resell it for like a decent enough price to make back my money or more. And I don't think my wife would appreciate me buying a 60, $70 figure and then just fucking it up. But that's another story. So, but like I said, that's why I mostly use bootlegs or Dragon Star figures at this moment. That $30 and under kind of range is where I am right now. Possibly in the future I'll be able to use the other ones, but for now this is what I'm doing. So I bought the figure, and it's a pretty good figure. This honestly, and because most bootleg figures really suck, but this one is a really good. It has nice tight joints. It has all like the good features that the Future Trunks comes in, and it looks almost official. But so what I did the basic repaint. Inoki Halusa's figure looks like his avatar looks like this. It has a yellow jacket, a very specific red. He has yellow eyes. He has a scar on the face, and then another thing that he told me, he didn't want a sword. His character carries a gun, and I looked through a couple of my because I own a couple of guns and stuff like that for figures, and this one was the best one that I could find. I modified it. I made the barrel shorter just to make it fit better, and it looks more spacey. I don't know if that makes any sense, like more alien. But his figure, a cool feature that I wanted to add was the Scouter. Now this Scouter comes from I think Scouter Vegeta, but unfortunately those Scouters are either already attached to faces like they are with the Time Patroller, or they have this weird peg that you have to stick in the back of the head. I have a video explaining this about this figure specifically. I'll put that in the description below. But what I wanted to make for Enoki was the very unique feature, and this was the hook that kind of like got me to want to make this figure, was that I think I could have possibly made it where it attaches and detaches, in but without being seen at the same time. Excuse me. And what I ended up doing, I ended up putting a magnet in there, and I ended up putting a magnet in the head. But it's not right there where it's visible, you know. Like I wanted to make it invisible where you couldn't tell that it had a magnet in there. So what I did, I grabbed his head and I drilled a hole on the ear, because I have these really tiny magnets, these earth magnets, you know, and I ended up using that one for this one and a slightly larger one for the scouters. And it ended up working great, man. I didn't think it was going to work this good, you know. I didn't think it was going to look this flawless, honestly, because I've never really done this before. This was the very first time I actually did this to a figure. And it, oh, man, it looks so cool. And it's that was the unique aspect that I wanted to add to his, you know, to his figure. That's what made me want to make the figure. And the fact that Enoki was so enthusiastic about it, he was really into it, and he was, you know, he told me, he was like, "Wow, man, that's a fucking killer idea." It made me feel so good. I knew I was in the right track. Yeah, you know, so I took off the sword. You know, I have that in my bits box, and then I gave him the gun. Now he has both scouters, the one that reads energy and the one that's just blank. And then his figure is also gonna come with all the hands that come with the figure, and then I repainted the three heads, that the three other faces that come with it. And I'm gonna do another little feature for it, just to make it, you know, take it that extra step. But I'm almost done with this figure. I just need to touch up the legs and the boots. The color, the more and more I see it, the more I notice that I kind of left it undone for some reason. I'm finished. So I'm going to have to do that for sure. But yeah, man, this is one of my favorite customs that I've made so far. It's just a repaint, but the little features that I added to it, you know, took it to that next level, made it more official to Enoki. So hope you guys like this one. Like I said before, if you guys like these kind of figures and the kind of stuff that I'm going to be putting up, because this isn't it. I'm not just doing Dragon Ball figures. I'm also gonna, you know, be doing from other media like Marvel and DC and a couple other things. This isn't the only scale that I work on either. You know, I'm also gonna do 12-inch figures and 18-inch figures. I'm working on modifying a King Kong figure that I bought a while back, and I'm gonna make it into a, what's it called, a Great Ape or Onozaru, you know, from Dragon Ball. So watch out for that. You know, there's a bunch of stuff coming out. There's other figures that I want to showcase. Yeah, you know, maybe in the next couple of videos you'll be able to see that. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell, and you know, catch you guys all on the flip flop later.